We are fathers, we can be strong, but we do need support in times like this. 45 years old, alone in a foreign country, broke. Your wife's just left you and taken your kids. It really, really hurts, and there's nothing anybody can say to make it feel better. That heart-wrenching feeling of coming home and your wife and kids are gone, and you don't know why. And what's more, as time goes on, you find out that they won't tell you why. Living by yourself suddenly, not hearing your kids' voices when you wake up in the morning, bills coming through the mailbox, surprising you at every turn, looking in the bank account, seeing no money, and that panic and anxiety going through your stomach and your whole body 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I know how you feel. I went through it and it was terrible. 2 years later, I'm here trying to spread the word, trying to say, I know how it feels, trying to form a community around divorce and fathers who lose their kids, but also expats who are going through this, living in a foreign country where they suddenly feel so alone, scared. And to be honest, when you're 45 and you're just going to work every day, leading a pretty good life, why do you deserve to feel this scared, this lonely, and this in trouble? Yeah, it takes time, my friends. You know, for the first month, for the first week, I was crazy. And then for the first month, my friends, you find out who your friends are. Trust me, you find out who your friends are, because they're the ones that will call you back when you call them. And literally you call them and it's just 3 hours of you on loop. You know, you don't know what's going on. I didn't know what's going on. And if you're in that situation where you've been left, you've been heartbroken, you've lost your kids, and you don't know what's going on, yeah, that feeling, your brain is just in overdrive. And unfortunately, there's only one way you can really truly get through that, and that's time. I felt alone, and I felt like a foreigner for the first time in 20 years. I was getting a bit cocky, really, living here. I was doing pretty well, 3 beautiful kids, built a house. I thought I was happily married, and I was getting a little bit laid back, you know. And when I was left alone, the first thing that I realized was I was totally by myself. I was phenomenally lucky to have some great foreign friends and a couple of very close Japanese friends. But I lost most of my Japanese friends when she left. A lot of my Japanese friends created distance. And this can be quite common. Perhaps not because they dislike you, but they just don't want to be involved in what's about to happen. You might find that they gravitate back towards you in the future, but you don't have to worry about that right now. Those close friends that are there for you when you call them up, use them. Try to get through it by yourself, but use and reach out to those friends because they are your lifeline. They totally saved my life. And as time goes on, you will start to get bearings on the situation. Now, if you watch some of my other videos, you'll see how I talk about how you can budget during this time and save your money and make sure that you're setting yourself up and empowering yourself for a good financial future, even though you wake up and you find yourself with no money in the bank at the beginning. And I also talk in a couple of videos I'm going to do, like literally right now, about alcohol and how that can really affect you for the worse during this time. So please check those videos out, like, subscribe the channel if you're interested in this. But I totally feel what you're going through now. And 2 years later, which is where I am now, I'm still in the divorce process, still in mediation. And every day I wake up, I still don't know what's going to happen. I don't know whether I'll keep this house, lose all my money that I've saved up for the last 2 years, disappearing, flying away. I have no idea. I spent the first year really trying to get my wife to come back, bring the kids back, to rectify whatever problem that she felt that we had, to try together to be honest and bring this family back together. And I truly believed we had a good chance. But I was met with coldness, with absolutism from her family. no way was the answer across the whole board. And for someone that didn't really see anything wrong, terribly wrong with the marriage, all marriages have their little ups and downs. For someone who didn't see anything terribly wrong, I was very shocked to find out that this was happening. I was flabbergasted when I came back to the house and to find no wife and kids here. It took me by surprise. And to find her whole family and her friend circle enclosing around her and all standing against me, I felt the most alone I've ever felt before. And in a foreign country, that's magnified because of many things. When I went to the banks, they were very nice to me, and I took those steps early on to try to sort things out my end as much as possible. And when I went to search for a lawyer, I was able to find a lawyer through foreign community and foreign friends, which is part of the reason I want to build this channel, is to create a community around this kind of thing. Not only for people getting divorced in Japan, but for people getting divorced all around the world, fathers losing contact with their children, going through this horrible, painful situation. And as fathers, we're expected to be strong, to not cry, to not lose our shit. But the truth is, we need support too, and I'm here for you, and my friends were here for me. They are here for me now, going through this. But 2 years later, still there's no resolution, and I wake up every morning afraid. But after about 1 year, I realized when I was met with the absolutism that my family were not going to come back here. And then I was able to take all that energy that I had in that corner and move it over into this corner. And what that allowed me to do was to then focus on rebuilding myself, making a new me. And actually, when you get to that stage, it's quite exciting. You can start to get excited about what you want to be, the missed opportunities. Your mid-40s, and you may have wanted to do several things, or there are several things in life that you couldn't do because of family and putting them first. These are all opportunities for you to follow. And you don't have to make changes like right now, but you can make a soft kind of 5-year plan. And I talk in my other videos about not focusing too much on the future, and definitely not getting depressed about the past, because you can't change that. But a little guidance to give your day motivation is important. And every day you're waking up, making baby steps towards these goals to make yourself better. So for example, everybody's different, so there's no one bandage fits all thing. So for example, one of your goals may be to lose some weight, or to get to the gym, to get a little bit more movement, to learn how to cook, to start eating more healthy, to cut down on the alcohol or quit the alcohol, to maybe move on and find a new group of friends or some new hobbies. And these things are all good. It's what's good for you at that time that's most important. So baby steps towards those goals can actually empower you. And something that empowered me was learning about budgeting. Now, I don't have any experience with investing or anything like that, so I've never done anything like that. But just in a nutshell, saving money, putting money away, and watching my money grow, even though I might lose it all still because I'm still in the case, right? Was exciting for me, and it definitely made changes to who I was. I was not good with money before, and I felt I have become better and am becoming better day by day as I focus my mind on it. And that has empowered me and made me feel better in the long run. And so there is light at the end of the tunnel, and even I'm not there yet, and I'm not sure where you are. Please drop a comment below and tell me about your situation, and so we can build this community. But even though I'm not there yet, I can see a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm in a mind frame now where what's going to happen is going to happen, and I just need to be as prepped as possible to deal with it when it occurs. And then hopefully we can put it to bed, and I can move on and become a father that my kids can look up to, either if I can see them then, or if I can't in the future, if and when they come and find me, which I hope to dear God they do. There's a lot of love here, and I love my kids so much. And so can't panic too much about the future, and you can't stress about the past, but you can make these small goals to move towards, to make yourself better, to empower yourself to be a better person in this situation. And that's the thing that's guided me through the second year. The first year was all over the place. I was quite strong on the budget. That was one positive thing. And I was always keen to try and see my kids. That was another positive thing. But I was at the mercy of the opposition. Whatever they said, I did, because I was so afraid of losing contact with my kids. I am so afraid of losing contact with my kids now. And so in the second year, I started to work on myself more, and I can see that you can do that too. You know, if you can put your mind to one small thing, then the next small thing, you can definitely move forward too. And we're all here for you. There's so many fathers out there and so many single mothers who cannot see their kids too. There are so many of us out there longing to see our children. So many of us out there longing for good resolve and for a peace that we keep searching for. For me, I'm actually open to peace with my ex-wife, as I'm sure she will be soon. However, I feel here in Japan, it's not mirrored. I think that once you're cut from the circle, once your relationship is officially over, I think the family, everybody kind of looks as a line there, which I kind of think is quite sad when you're dealing with adults here. You're not dealing with children. You're dealing with adults who refuse to talk to each other. I just want to say I'm open for them to talk anytime, and yeah, it might take some time to heal the damage that we've done, but at least having a mutually friendly relationship would benefit our kids in the future. But we can't always get what we want, and that's one of the big struggles. So being expat, living in another country, can be super challenging. And if you've got any questions and if you've got any comments, please knock them on below. And if you're interested in this topic, please help me by liking and subscribing. I'm a young channel. I'm trying to build a community around this, trying to build the word around divorce in Japan, divorce in general, and fathers being left alone, not being able to see their kids. We need support. We are fathers. We can be strong, but we do need support in times like this. So thanks for listening, and check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you again later.